He was a fan favorite on season 7 of American Idol, probably best identified by his dreadlocks, not to mention those piercing blue eyes.
Say
Did you
no
get
more.
a look at that? Yes. Now Jason Castro is giving fans a sneak peek at his upcoming debut album, which features his lead single. It's called Let's Just Fall in Love Again. Have you heard this on the radio?
I have heard it on the radio. Whoa, and you turned me on to him and told me, Desiree, you really got to get into him. I'm really into him now.
I love it.
He's a talented singer and guitarist, and he recently made a stop right here in New Haven for a private show. He took a few minutes to sit down with us right before his performance. Take a listen.
Well, my name is Jason Castro. Thanks for coming out today. Thank you, Casey.
Let's talk about your self-titled debut album, because that's exciting.
Yes, it is very exciting. Jason Castro. That's my name.
Yeah.
And the name of my album.
And a lot of work has gone into it. In terms of writing, you are a songwriter.
Yeah,
Have you written everything on there?
I've written majority of the music, and written over 50 songs since I got off the Idol tour last year. And so yeah, there's been a lot of songwriting. I think I'm good on that for a while. But yeah, so the album's put together. We're putting some finishing touches on it as we speak, still mixing. And it's set to come out in January. It was originally set to come out in November, on November 17th. But
why the pushback?
We're still mixing, so because of that, you know, we just kind of got ahead of ourselves by setting a date. And, you know, I like to take my time.
You like to I like that. That's great.
How do you describe the music on the album?
I've been describing it very much like a modern singer-songwriter album. It's all very, you know, acoustic-based, but there's more intimate moments and as well as some like upbeat rock moments. I started playing with a band this last year, and that's kind of influenced me in ways too. So there's kind of two sides to it.
What have been some of your bigger musical influences? Because I know you perform with Patti LaBelle.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, you certainly kind of reach into a little bit of everything in terms of music.
Patti LaBelle fan.
Huge Patti LaBelle fan.
I really do. I mean, I grew up playing drums, so my musical taste when I was younger was much different. And then, you know, in college I started playing guitar and really fell in love with songwriting at that point, and just started listening to songs in a different light. And you know, I know Ray LaMontagne was one of my biggest inspirations, just his the pictures he paints. I think it's great. But really, I mean, anything written with passion, I can kind of connect with.
Which I have to ask, because I'm a huge fan of the show. I was a huge fan of yours and your performance of Hallelujah, which I know I wasn't alone, because that was a really popular.
Which we had to listen to a million times on the way over here for everybody out there, just to let you know, she's a huge fan. Huge.
It goes like this, the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift, and the baffled king composing hallelujah, hallelujah.
I did it on the show, and it was, you know, one of my more popular songs. But
Most popular, demanded on iTunes.
Yeah, it did. It got up on the charts. That was crazy. And you know, I never got a chance to record it though in the studio. We started doing that on the show like the week after. So there's never been a documented recording of it. And so,
Jason, what's it like though for you? Because you have, I mean, this is your passion. So is it kind of like, I mean, are you walking through a daze, or are you past that point where you're like, okay, this is really my life? I mean, you're living the dream.
Yeah, I mean, it never really goes away. It's still kind of like, really? Or if you get used to it, if you're so busy, you know, you're kind of running. But then when you stop for a second, you're like, wow, what am I doing? This is crazy.
Let me pinch you, just to let you know that it's real. There you go. You're living the dream.
I heard your single on the radio, so that's
what I like to hear.
Got me exciting. And I recognize the voice right away, because I think it's very identifiable. It stands out. I was like, there's Jason Castro.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, all right, look at there. About narrowing it down, because you mentioned 50 songs, so it's like, how do you actually go about saying, okay, this is the one that I want to choose, I want this one on the album?
Well, you know, it's kind of a process, you know, after you write so many songs. Some of them stick out immediately, and some of them you can kind of envision, but they really transform when they go into the studio too, and you start putting, you know, the rest of the band on it. And it really kind of, some of them more for better, some for worse. And at the end of the day, you just listen to them all and see which ones are the best.
Thank you so much for talking with us.
Yeah,
Good luck to you.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much.
It's great to meet you. Oh, yay.
Wow, what a doll
He
is.
was. He was so nice, wasn't he?
So giddy and just like so down to earth and cool. I think he was a little bit nervous with all the attention we were trying to give him. He didn't seem too comfortable. He was kind of like,
His personality is like that. He's a little on the shy side. But we did get the scoop, and we
Yes.
found out his self-titled album is going to hit stores January 26th. 2010. So we wish him a lot of luck and hope
absolutely.
he sells a lot of them. And I also want to mention, he talked about Hallelujah. That song, as well as his version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, hit #1 on the iTunes chart the week after he performed them. So they were really popular.
Oh, he is wonderful. I'm glad you turned me on to him. And we also want to send a big shout out and thank you to our friends over at KC101, Michael Mays, and to Nikki, and really the whole crew. What is Nikki's last name again?
Nikki Bryn.
Nikki Bryn. She's our girl. We love her. Expecting. Nikki, we love you. And of course, all the staff at Bar. They treated us to free pizza with that mashed potatoes on it. It was fabulous. Thank you, all of you over at Bar. We love you as well.
So that pizza was really good, wasn't it?
I have no business eating that pizza, but I'd go for another round of that anytime. So we wanted to thank all of them. Just fantastic.
Yeah, it was
what
a
great
fun day.
Big time. Don't go anywhere. More Connecticut Style coming your way right after this. Stick around.
Right back.
Oh my goodness. So